What we're about to do right now is simulate the challenges with taking your dog to the dog park. Dog parks are not a good place for dogs, especially if you have a working dog, in my experience. If ever you find it, let's say you've got a Doberman run ragging crazy. I'm going to personally go to a dog park, take my dog encyclopedia one of these days, and I'm saying, look at that dog, look at that dog, look at that dog. Problem is, people take these dogs to the park and think the dog just want to run, but it wasn't created to run. So you say, hey, why is that dog so aggressive? It got that dog in it, and it needs a place to be a dog. So what we would simulate today is what happens when a dog like Oakley, Stan's got complete control over his dog. So his dog's not the problem. Bam Bam in this case is going to be a problem. And think about every dog you've gone to the dog park and the other dog's been the problem if you have control. He's going to keep Oakley in it down. Bam Bam's going to come out and he's going to harass her. He does this bite in your face thing. Oakley's probably going to correct him. I'm okay with that. Stan has enough control over her to say, don't kill him. But it's just like when you thought you was tough and you ran up on the wrong joker and he said, not today, Satan. And he put you in your place, or like Ray Rice said, shout out poor Ray Rice, we know what happened to him, but he was tripping. When he said, when he first got the handoff and was supposed to go down the hole and Ray Lewis was waiting. He said, you think I went to go meet Ray Lewis as a rookie? Heck no, ain't nobody dealing with that dude. Because it's like that welcome to the league hit. And there's some hits that have put NFL football players out the league. They're like, I'm done with this. This ain't worth it. I think Priest Holmes was one of them. He got hit one good time or one too many times. And he said, that's it for me. I'm from Kansas City. And I don't even watch football, but I saw that hit. So we're going to simulate the idea of being at the dog park with Stan the dog man. He's got a dog who he has under control. She's a good dog. She listens. He's going to put it in down. I'm going to let Bam Bam out. Bam Bam's going to come out like a puppy would at 6 months, 7 months old, and be curious. He might harass her. Stan and I are going to walk you through what to do and what not to do, and why dog parks are bad places, especially to develop your dogs early on. Behavior is everything. She's not in the wrong. Bam Bam's not in the wrong. But in this case, if neither dog has control, bad things happen. Bad things happen. He's curious, which is okay. I'm not worried about his curiosity. I'm worried about his lack of knowing his boundaries early on. And he doesn't have boundaries because he bites egos in the face all the time. And I haven't corrected it. I am. But she gonna fix it. Let's get her over there now. Keep the camera over there rolling. And Stan, tighten up anything that I might have missed. Tell them anything that they need to know.
We're gonna be on this side?
Yes, sir.
Oakley.
Yeah.
So like Trevor was saying, it's not your dog that's a problem. Your dog can be a perfect angel, but you don't have control over other people's dog. And if that dog starts harassing your dog and your dog does something to defend themselves or to correct this dog, now you're gonna be in the wrong. Depending on what kind of breed you have, you'll really be in the wrong. And you don't want to get your dog into that experience. There's only one bite for a lot of dogs, and depending on what city you're in. And again, why even go through having to quarantine your dog or anything like that because of taking your dog to a dog park? Down. Oakley, down. Stay.
Bam Bam might feel that energy too, people. I like when a dog don't react the same way that you thought he would. Because there are some dogs that possess that dog. But then look. Go ahead, Oakley. I'm waiting for it. Send a message.
She letting them know, hey, leave me alone.
Look at that. Look, it's one of those things where if you have a dog like this too, you say, go ahead and I'm trying to get good. Go ahead and send a message. Look, Bam Bam heard that first. Because his counterparts, they don't say nothing. They be like, all right, it's just Bam Bam. Another dog might send your dog to heaven. And that's the truth. Because you know all dogs go to heaven. That's what they say at least. That's the idea.
And one thing we did with Oakley is we actually took a little bit of that tenacity out because she was too quick to correct in those instances with young dogs. Because I started having young puppies come around, and you don't want a dog to be too much, especially with a puppy, because you can ruin a puppy by having their confidence hurt. And that's another thing why you don't want to take your dog to a dog park. You don't know how those other dogs are going to react to it.
Go ahead, look. I'm waiting on it.
Go ahead.
I'm like a daddy. Like, go ahead, send that nigga. Right, let that nigga let me know. Let that boy know. Cause he's a hooligan.
Yeah, she used to be real feisty. It was.
Yeah, I like that though. I'm raising one right now. She slapped him, said, "This is my person. Back up."
Leave me alone.
Dogs do that thing when they smell them hormones. So look, if we're not getting the thing we need out, we're gonna test ChaCha next. See how ChaCha does. So guys, what'll happen is Stan, for instance, might be at a dog park, and we're gonna simulate this too. Bad storm. I'd imagine not a lot of people are gonna go to the dog park today in Texas. So let's say Stan wants to manage Oakley in a dog park situation. What would he do? He would say a dog runs up. Let's say he's out there playing catch. Another dog comes, gets the ball, and wants to chase and try to get the ball to Oakley's mouth. He might have her drop the ball, recall her, put her down, and other dogs might want to kind of introduce themselves. He can manage her because he knows how to speak to her and teach her. Somebody else, hey, cut that out, boo. Next thing you know, your energy gets off, the dog's energy increases. Now 2 dogs is fighting over some dumb stuff because nobody got control over their dogs. The beauty about a guy like him at a dog park is, for the most part, your dog's going to be more safe because his dog has an off switch. Why? She's been trained to bite. She's been trained to protect. Even more importantly, she's been trained to be obedient. So I can put the dogs in this situation to learn, hey, please test your luck today. I want you to feel lucky. Because this is lucky number 11 right here. And she's manageable versus, and mind you, my dogs ain't going to no dog park. We might do it for educational purposes at some point, but they're not going. But I can trust that, okay, if Oakley had to correct him, she ain't gonna kill him.
And if you are going to take your dog to a dog park, be on the outside of the fence with your dog. Yes, there's other dogs. You can work on distractions. You can work on all those things, and that's where you would use a dog park for. But if you're going inside, there's better places for you to take your dog.
There you go. So let's pull ChaCha out. She runs around like a psychopath. And look, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I'm praying to God he tests his luck. I'll be honest with you. I'm praying to God he tests his luck. That's literally my goal. But mind you, I also like the energy that she possessed, because that energy will keep a dog in its place. And that for me is important too. It's just like, hey, like you see the big dude, you be like, your homeboy mad tough, and then it'd be like the big dude. Like, there's a scene of Ronnie Coleman online. And when Ronnie Coleman, this dude was going in, hooping and hollering at this person. And then it was a female officer. When Ronnie Coleman walked through the door back when he was Jack, that joker just sat down. He just sat down on this couch. And we were like, no, keep that same energy, brother. Keep that same energy. And it's like any movie scene. You say, this is house right here? I'm about to such and such. Do open the door, what's up? Like, look, boy, I didn't have no problems. I was just look,
Change up real quick.
You remember that Martin episode too? When Tom was like, something. No, he can't talk to her like that. And the boy said something like, look, I just do her hair. Come on, brother. Hey. It's okay. I put these on just 'cause I knew we finna be out here. They already came muddy. I got them out the dirty clothes. Let's bring ChaCha out, simulate that idea. Come on, Bam Bam, you suck.
No, you're free. Go ahead. Sometimes it just takes one correction. And that's the funniest thing about dogs, people. If you have to do a correction more than once for them, it did not work. It was not enough to set that message.
Scoot up. That is the best mic.
It wasn't the best way to set a message. So people are like, well, I do this every time my dog does it. And they continue to do that behavior. Change your correction. It was not the right one. You saw her coming out here. Oakley just did one thing. She hadn't gone back. Let's see if she's gonna come back and try to mess with her. ChaCha like, no, I don't want nothing to do with her.
These ain't dumb dogs. Look, but at the same time, what I like as well is they haven't yet developed their confidence. And confidence isn't harming a dog. It's knowing how to coexist and respect the dog. Respect is confidence for me, personally. And in this case, ChaCha's not the most driven dog, but she'll test you. But she tests Bam Bam. It's like trying to pick on dogs smaller, but he won't pull that same stuff with Ego. If he did that one a couple times with Ego, and then Ego start turning around and start slapping him basically, he'd be like, he'll literally stop to calm ego down because he ain't got that dog in him. So I love the fact that dogs respect the right dogs, and our job here is to make sure we're managing our household through identifying who's the alpha, who can manage themselves. Ego don't ever push the dogs. He don't push them in a bad way. He wants them all to be better, so you don't ever see him like snap back. And I mean literally, we were shooting something and he had a scar on his face. Like, yo, what the heck? Who did this? Bam, bam. Chewing on his face. And he won't do nothing. And in my mind, I want him to do something. Let him know, cut that out. But he's like, I ain't gonna hurt him. Not yet. But then there's gonna be a day where Bam Bam tests his luck. Hopefully he's feeling lucky.
Feeling froggy.
But Oakley, again, people, if you're going to a dog park, this is a simulation of the idea of what a dog park, what we're going at a dog park. And again, it's not the best, but prospectively speaking, Stan has control over his dog. If there are dogs, if I had the kind of control he has over his dogs, I'd walk into a dog park and put my dog in a down. I would allow the dogs to come and basically do what they do, investigate, see what's going on, and I would assess, is this the right place for me and my dog? And if there's a dog who's being aggressive, grabbing my dog, I was walking out of the dog park one time and a Rottweiler jumped on Maya's back. And these two little Asian girls, they thought it was cute. And he was trying to hump her. I said, you want to get your dog? I don't care what he is. I could throw that joker to the moon, especially if I get going, and I can deal with him in a way that you wouldn't like me to. So get him off my dog. But they had no control. Not a good look. So I would assess the situation like anything in life. We often assess things and say, is this a place for my dog who's being aggressive? Because dogs are curious individuals naturally, especially when people don't do no control work. You know, they just take him to the park and boom, down. I see what these dogs are doing. Then I turn around and say, okay, we could play here. And it might be an opportunity to teach your dog, you build y'all's bond even. I still wouldn't do it because I don't care about my dogs being around other dogs. They need to be around me. But then that's when they pull the ball out. The ball might invite more dogs. So what do? Stan can tell Oakley down at 20, 40, 50 feet, if not 100 yards. So you might put her in a down position while you walk to her to get the ball so that she can calm down as well and get her focused. Because we don't want her super focused on responding and reacting to the other dogs as well. Grab the ball. You say, okay, we just invited a new community. Every step along the way, it's your job to stay in control of your dog. And unless you have a guy like him, and eventually myself and even Jamarcus and others, as we work to be is this good, dog parks for us are a no-go. Too many bad things happening because people don't do enough for their dogs, with their dogs. They don't learn, they don't teach the dog. They don't know how to approach situations. My job is to assess that dog's behavior. I know they're a little tumultuous, but even she like, oh, oh, not today, brother.
Not today.
She sent a message, and I don't know if I want to test my luck. I ain't feeling that lucky. But they get away with murder with their. I won't say. Well, technically, it is kind of like brothers and sisters. They all kind of related.
They get along with they pack.
They get along with they pack like that. So stay tuned. Take care of your dog. Stan, am I missing anything?
Nah, man, that's everything, really. And if you don't have control of your dog, don't take him to places where something like that could happen. Because even if she does get into a fight, even if she was biting her, like you said, I can out her and call her back before anything gets to the extreme. But the other people weren't going to have that, and if somebody's attacking my dog, I'm going to let her do what she needs to do because they shouldn't be attacking my dog.
Of course, that's the other part too, is knowing that the dog has the confidence. So that word might be free. They think the dog's coming to me. No, you're free to do as you please. That'll be my free word. When I say free, have fun. Respond accordingly. Act the way I would act.
Handle your business.
And as they say, business is good. It is some good business now. Guys, stay tuned. Take care of your dogs. Like, subscribe, share. I am Stan90, Iron Sharp K9. We appreciate you guys for watching. We're going to try to do as many things as possible to continue to better you and your dog's relationship. One step at a time. As he says, brick by brick. Remember, iron sharpens iron.